Hi, John Hand with the Pulsing Cinema, and the movie of the day is Spookies from the late 80s. A home video staple, used to play constantly on the USA Network. I'm not sure if it ever showed on Commander USA's Groovy Movies, but I'm pretty sure it was Saturday Nightmares, any random Saturday afternoon or Friday night, or any time it played and played and played at different times of the day and different days on the USA Network, because I knew I caught it on the USA Network very frequently. A very, very nostalgic film for me. When I first started the Pulsing Cinema as a movie review website in the early 2000s, I did a review of Spookies. I did a review of the Vipco DVD, and it was one of the earliest reviews I ever did, and I got a big response for it. I started getting emails from the director, Tom Duran, from the DP, Ken Kelch, who went on to do Abel Ferrara's films. I got emails from Al Maglachetti, who is the visual effects supervisor on the film, did all the optical effects. I got an email, I think, from Eugenie Joseph, who was one of the directors who directed the, and it was she did the reshoots. So it was just emails, and I put them all on a website, and it was very, he said, she said. There was a lot of allegations, there was a lot of back and forth, there was a lot of controversy, and then eventually a couple of people, threatened me with take it down, or there may be some legal action here. So I'm like, fuck, it's just getting too wild, and so I took the website down with all those emails from all the different people in the production of this film. But in recent years, there have been a lot of great articles online. I think there was a retrospective in a recent issue of Gore Zone. And then I think there was a website called The Dissolve, which had a really great retrospective on Spooky. So a lot of people have been writing about it. And I mean, the film, I think, is worthy of being written about, because it's a tiny horror film, but it's really just a cool monster movie, really. It's just so many cool things in the film. So, Spookies, originally titled Twisted Souls, which I don't think it ever was sold under that title, or I don't think it ever played under that title. A small northeastern horror film about a group of people who go to this spooky mansion in the middle of the night, and one of them gets possessed, kind of a la Evil Dead, and then there are these monsters that just in every room they start attacking these people. So, it's kind of a siege film. People are in a spooky house in the middle of the night, and they start getting attacked by these monsters. And what monsters they are. There's like spider women and muck monsters and all kinds of weird creations, possessed kind of demonic characters, like a weird Grim Reaper character with glowing red eyes. It's just a feast for the eyes. And there was some really heavy makeup effects stars who worked on this film, like Jenna Raspinell, creator of the Toxic Avenger makeup, the original Toxic Avenger makeup, and there were just so many people who worked on this film. So much stuff, so many cool things. The film was financed by Michael Lee, the head guy at Vipco, the UK home video company, which came under fire throughout the 80s for and ran into some legal trouble for some of the videos they released. They got caught up in the whole video nasties fracas in UK, and Vipco, my God, the legendary distributor of so many crazy movies over there. And they did distribute Spookies as well. So the film was shot, and it started out, I think, more of as a conventional kind of Evil Dead type of film. But then the distributor decided and the financier, the money guy, Michael Lee, they decided to bring in, I think, Eugenie Joseph and some other people, and they shot all this new material, which they kind of padded the film with, and they brought in this idea of this sorcerer, Creon, who has this little kid werewolf boy he only has one arm, or he only has one hand, and there's like a peg that he's like a hook. It's like a fucking pirate werewolf kid thing. So there's a werewolf pirate kid and a sorcerer who's trying to give life to his golden-haired Sleeping Beauty bride, and there's all kinds of weird shit going on. But I mean, it's just still a cool film. It's a cool film. I don't know if it makes the most sense, but it's full of monsters. It's full of makeup effects, aplenty, full of some, optical effects by Matt Glachetti. I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, there's like lightning and some other things that's happening, and I mean, it's pretty advanced for like a late '80s, horror film, pretty much direct to video. But a great horror movie to just watch on the afternoon, not necessarily anything really crazy or offensive in it. One thing I think, I don't know if it was Duran or Al Maglachetti told me this, but the one weird detail, I don't know if it's come out in the magazine articles about this film, is there's one guy in the film, I think he's got the redheaded girlfriend or whatever in the blue blouse, where this guy, is kind of like the tough guy of the group, the young tough. He's wearing this ridiculous outfit, like one of the most ridiculous he looks like he stepped out of a Michael Jackson Thriller costume fitting session. Because I mean, it's like this black like jumpsuit thing with a white cross stripe, and according to somebody, that was imposed. That wardrobe was imposed by this guy's manager, because apparently the manager was like, "Man, this is going to be the fashion. Everybody's going to be wearing this stuff. You need to be ahead. You need to wear this in the film." So I think that's how that bit of wardrobe got into the film, according to someone I talked to long ago, because long ago I did that review of Spookies, and I got those letters, and I deleted it, and then deleted the page where I posted all those letters, and but I mean, the thing goes on. It's still to this day is an interesting film to watch. I think, really honestly, if the best thing about the film is the cover art, the Richard Corbin comic book artist cover art, which graced the original U.S. home video, and I guess then the poster art. I guess this thing got a theatrical release, a teeny tiny one. I would love to get one of those posters, if maybe even just a video poster that Spookies art. It's incredible. You go into video stores and you go on the shelf and you see Spookies there. It was like, wow, the video art. I mean, it jumped off the shelf at you. It said, "Come here, little boy, pick me up and watch me." Even though I'm not that great of a movie, in fact, I'm kind of 1.5 movies kind of shoved together. You'll love me forever. And so that's what I did, and I still love it forever. Spookies. I guess it's in I don't know as far as a U.S. distributor, because it was released by like Sony on VHS, and then I think it had a Laserdisc release. Did it have a Laserdisc release in the U.S.? And then Vipco released it on DVD in the early 2000s, and that's all that's it. It deserves a really nice home video release. It deserves a nice DVD Blu-ray re-release, because I think there's just so much. I don't know what kind of special features you could have on it, because there's so many he said, she said things about it, and I don't even want to go into that, and because there's just so many. There was so many. It's one of those independent films where a lot of people have different views on the making of the film, and there was, I think, some personal tragedy involved in the film. Now, I don't think personal tragedy as far as someone dying as a direct result of the film being made, but it's just a lot of things were going on with a lot of different people during the making of that film. So I think when you start asking questions about that film to the people involved, I think it brings up a lot of memories, some good, probably many kind of bad. But in any case, I think you could still do a nice Blu-ray, high definition version, because I mean the film is really dark. There's a lot of stuff that's night for night, and a lot of really dark scenes that just kind of fade into into being unintelligible in the current home video transfer that we have, which is probably very dated and old, and probably goes back to the late 80s. So Spookies, a great film, aka Twisted Souls, aka Lost Souls, aka whatever Souls. Spookies, which I think they renamed it because of Goonies, because of that. Definitely a film which needs a revival on Blu-ray. Spookies, great film.